Okay, Assalamualaikum and selamat sejahtera. Okay, so now let's look at the new chapter. Okay, so now we proceed to chapter 4. So chapter 4 is about genetic inheritance. Okay, so first of all, let's look at the definition of the genetic inheritance first. Okay, so actually what is genetic inheritance? It is refers to the transmission of genetic information from parent to offspring. Okay, so offspring right here is refers to their anak lah. Okay, so if you look at this chapter, there will be divided into 3 subtopic. The first one, subtopic 4.1. So subtopic 4.1 is about Mendelian genetics. Okay, so for this subtopic, actually you have to know about monohybrid cross and also dihybrid cross. Okay, and then for subtopic 4.2, it is about deviation from Mendel's. Okay, deviation means kita katakan akan ada berlaku percanggahan. Okey, ada beberapa karakteristik ataupun trait yang mana dia tak follow Mendel's law. So that one kita panggil sebagai deviation. Okay, and then the last subtopic is 4.3, which are genetic mapping. Okay, so now let's look at the overview first about the subtopic in this chapter. Okay, so let's look at the subtopic 4.1 first. Okay, so for Mendelian genetics, before we proceed to the next learning, okay, so you have to know about the terminologies first. Maksudnya awak mesti kena tahu beberapa terms ataupun terminologies yang penting di dalam chapter ini. Okay, so first of all, you have to know what is the meaning of genes, allele, locus, dominant allele, recessive allele, homozygous, heterozygous, genotype, phenotype, self-cross, and also test cross. So means that you have to differentiate all of these terms. Okay, and then next about Mendelian genetics also, you have to know about characteristic of pea plants because of what actually based on, okay, Gregor Mendel. So Gregor Mendel actually it will discover the Mendelian genetics. Okay, so macam mana dia nak identify? Okay, dia akan gunakan pea plant. So the characteristic of the pea plant that discovered by Mendel, the first one we look at the flower color. Okay, so for flower color, there are purple and also white color. So purple is the dominant phenotype, while white is the recessive phenotype. Okay, and then second, it looks at the flower position. So ada dua, axial and also terminal. So axial ni kita refer kepada dominant phenotype, terminal is recessive phenotype. Okay, and then next it discovered about the seed color. Okay, so the first color are yellow, second color are green. So yellow is dominant, green is recessive. Okay, and then next seed shape. Okay, for seed shape, okay, the first one are round. Okay, the characteristic are round. Okay, and then the second one wrinkle. So round, dominant, wrinkle, recessive. Okay, and then for the pod shape, pod tu maksudnya kita refer kepada kantung dia lah, kantung of the pea tadi. Okay, so for pod shape, the first one it is inflated. Okay, inflated means dominant, so maksudnya bentuknya macam ni lah. Okay, while the other one we call as constricted. So constricted is recessive. So constricted ni awak akan nampak dia macam berlekuk-lekuk. So seed tu tadi akan berada di dalam dia punya pod lah. Okay, and then next pod color. So the color will be yellow, which is dominant, or green, which is recessive, and the last one we refers to the stem length. Either the plant is tall or short. So tall is the dominant phenotype, short is the recessive phenotype. Okay, and then next for Mendelian genetics, you have to know about the Mendel experiment. Okay, so for Mendel experiment, it will be divided into 2 cross. The first one we call as monohybrid cross, second are dihybrid cross. So you have to differentiate between monohybrid and also dihybrid. So for monohybrid, it will involve breeding. Okay, breeding that involve single characteristic determined by one gene. Maksudnya kalau dia melibatkan crossing, yang mana melibatkan cuma satu karakteristik sahaja, so that one kita panggil sebagai monohybrid. And then for monohybrid, you can relate it with Mendel first law that we call as law of segregation. Okay, and then for dihybrid, so di means two, so means that it will refers to the inheritance of two characteristic. Okay, and then each controlled by different gene at different locus. Okay, so yang ni nanti kita akan discuss dengan lebih detail. So for dihybrid cross, you can relate to the Mendel second law that we call as law of independent assortment. Okay, so this is about subtopic 4.1. So for subtopic 4.2, Deviation from Mendel. So deviation means bercanggah. Maksudnya ada beberapa kita katakan karakteristik yang mana dia tak follow Mendel's law. So di antaranya adalah the first one, okay, kita katakan sebagai codominant allele. Okay, disebabkan oleh codominant allele. Second, incomplete dominant allele. Third, multiple allele, linked gene, sex-linked genes, and the last one, polygenes. Okay, so all of these are the deviation from Mendel. So later kita akan discuss dengan lebih detail. Okay, and then the last subtopic, subtopic 4.3, it is about genetic mapping. So for genetic mapping, you have to know, okay, what is genetic mapping? It is an ordered list of genetic loci, okay, which is gene or other genetic markers along a chromosome. So usually, for genetic mapping, you have to calculate the distance between two genes. Okay, so let's say this is the chromosome here, and then here is the first gene, and then right here is the second gene. So usually genetic mapping will be used to locate the relative position of genes on the same chromosome. Okay, so means that how to calculate nanti kita akan discuss dalam subtopic 4.3. Okay, so this is the overview about chapter 4. Okay, and then for the next video saya akan explain dengan lebih detail. Okay.